Hello. My name is Fawnde, known as Carson. It's time for my daily video diary. The date is 4/22/2022. The time currently is 8:31 p.m. Today has been strange. Very, very strange. I feel in many ways I'm dissolving. I'm dissolving into something I'm not. Been staying up online too much. Sucked into nonsense. Things that are causing me brain rot. But the problem is, I think I like my brain rot. I think I like the feeling of my brain slowly decaying in a process of infinite decomposition. As if the fungus is growing within my skull, powered by my thoughts. Ironic, isn't it? The thing that kills me, I enjoy. The thing that saves me, I don't enjoy. It's an infinite process. Infinite cycle. One in which you're constantly wishing that you could go back to death. For some reason, dying is romantic. It's lovely. It's something you subconsciously seek after. My brain rots when I look at the internet. My brain rots when I look at social media. My brain rots when I watch YouTube. But if my brain rots away, I won't be able to think about how bad it is. There will be nothing to think about. If I just let my brain rot, I won't have to worry. I'll be just fine. Ignorant, thoughtless, infinite enjoyment. But I can't. My brain wants to rot, but my brain doesn't at the same time. Don't you think it's strange? Don't you think it's strange, this weird feeling in my head? I can feel myself every day getting closer and closer and closer to the thing I don't want to be. But I allow it. But I keep falling deeper into it as if it's sucking me in. Is it a spiral? It's most definitely a death spiral. But maybe it's fun to spiral out of control. Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's better that way. But my mind is conflicted. It just won't agree to go one way or the other. Part of me wants to die, rot away in the internet, go back to how it was. And the other part says, no, that's not what's best. There's a madness in my head. I don't know how it got so bad, but for somehow and for some time, it's secretly been growing its roots deep into my head, so far that if you try and rip it out My entire brain will come with it. It's part of me now. Perhaps even my controller. This madness. It's dangerous. It tells me things that I don't want. It tries to convince me that I should do things I do not want. It tries to tell me the things that I want are bad. You see, what's happening is I've woken up a little bit. You know, madness is mad. There's not much reason there. So finally, the roots of madness had a little slip up, you know. Just a little slip up. And they made a mistake. And that mistake triggered a reaction within my logic. It allowed me to realize something. To realize that I'm being controlled by it. That it's there. For the longest time, blind to it. I've not realized it's there. It's been secretly controlling my head like some overlord. But I don't want that. But it wants it. You see, I'm in this fight. This argument. This disagreement with myself. I want to help myself. But it's trying to convince me not to. It's trying to tell me that it's easier to just not care. And the worst part is you would expect this madness to be violent, out of control, ununderstandable. It's madness after all, but no. It's a sophisticated type of madness. One that has thoughts. It's smart, I tell you. You see, it doesn't just tell me outright, I think you should go back to how you were. You see, what it does is it slowly supports that idea. It feeds into it, you see. Over the last week, I've noticed myself spending more wasted time online. I've noticed that my brain is rotting more and more. I've noticed that sometimes I don't feel like doing anything when I get up. Now you wonder why? I know why. Because the madness is slowly trying to tell me it's okay. It's okay to go back to how it was, you see. This is fun. This is easy. This is alright. But it's a damn lie. You know, I'm sick and tired of this thing in my head. This laziness. This slackerness. You see, my laziness, my procrastination, my ideas of being a slacker, the thing I've been for so many years. The enemy is myself, but myself is also controlled by the madness. There's a certain madness in my own head that makes me want to go back to something I don't want. You have to be mad, don't you? I feel like that thing's killing me. I suffer from it. I hate it. Do I hate it? And every time I mess up, I'm disappointed in myself. You have to be mad, don't you, to naturally go back to that? Especially once you realize it's a problem? I'm not crazy, am I? Not mad. It's just, you have to be mad if you'd want to go back to that suffering. Insane, ignorant, blind. I don't know what else. Why go back to your suffering unless there's something wrong with you? The last few days, I've noticed myself spending more and more wasted time online. I can feel myself being sucked into YouTube videos, to Twitter, to various things. I'm trying to stop it. I'm trying to control it. But it just keeps creeping its way up, supported by the overlord of madness. The thought that it'd be easier to die. The thought that it'd be easier to go back to the thing that rots my brain, that'll eventually make me a mindless, bumbling idiot. You see, I don't think you realize. I don't think many of you realize. There's a madness inside all of us. Just, for some of us, we don't see it. We let it control us from the background, from the darkness, like a little puppet master. And we're dancing on the string. Little puppet, dance for me, you know. That's us. But many of you don't realize it. Perhaps you're okay with being a puppet. That's alright. You know, there is a certain quota of puppets we need in the world. But I'm personally not okay with it. And let me tell you, it's so hard to break from the strings that bind you. When the puppet master of madness yanks on you to do one thing, it's very hard to cut that string off. It hurts. It's painful. As soon as you cut that string off, your arm goes flat. You don't have any strength to lift your own arm. You're a puppet. So what happens if you cut those strings? You're weak, powerless. What do? Well, you have to build up your own strength, don't you? Problem is, that's so hard. And you might be able to cut a string or two. You might be able to bite your way through the pain. Keep pushing on. Who cares what a little bit of pain is? You've been hurt more by the puppet master's whimsical wishes. Madness is a bastard. And you've been a fool to it this entire time. The thing is, after you cut those first few strings, you start to realize how hard it is. How painful it is. You subconsciously start doing the dance of the puppet master again. It's not that you want to do his dance, it's just all you know. So as you're trying to recuperate from your pain and grow the strength in the arm you cut, the string does no longer pits up your arm, and you're trying to learn how to move it yourself. You're still twirling around at the puppet master's whims until you try and fight it. But then you realize you're not actually fighting it, you're going with the flow. And you start getting sucked deeper and deeper and deeper back into the puppet master's roles. You see, madness is something that controls you. Madness is not controllable. There's only two options. Either be controlled by the madness and become a lunatic. A mindless, bumbling idiot, unaware of your own pain and suffering, thinking you're in bliss with your ignorance. Or you can try and cut the madness off. The problem is madness sends its roots deep. If you want to cut madness off, you have to cut a lot of yourself off. For some people, that's better. Yourself can grow back. It won't be easy, though. It won't be easy. So sick and tired of these temptations, of my own weakness, of my own inability to stop myself. I'm my worst enemy and my best friend, but at the end of the day, I think I'm more of an enemy than a friend. You know, there's a lot that happens inside of one's own head. There's a lot that happens inside a mind that wants to change. It's like a little civil war in there. Two sides killing each other. But it doesn't realize at the end of the day, nothing will remain. Oh yeah, by the way. I made these Kale chips here. Hold on. I made these Kale chips, okay? And spinach chips. Set in time, mind you, you know. Hold on, screw this meat. Turn that off. You know, I made these spinach chips and Kale chips this time. But the problem is I decided to add cayenne pepper to them, like powder. And, you know, they're not bad. But, oh my god. Oh, they're super fucking spicy. I made a lot of them. And you can only eat like 3 at a time. Oh my god. Okay, that one was bad. Ugh. And the problem is sometimes you get lucky. And you get one that's not that bad. Oh god. And then you get some like that you think aren't bad. But in reality, they're really bad. You know, I added things like paprika and other things that add the spice and the scent of spice. But I added way too much cayenne pepper. That was a mistake. Also managed to drink all this water today. I don't know how, but I have. I've got back up. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway, what I've learned is these are really good for multiple reasons. Number one, they're a good snack food, and they're really good if you're eating something else. Because like you can bite one and it's like, and then you can like chew something else and it'll help with the heat. My mouth is still burning. Like, it's not even funny. It's not like super burn. Like I've ate ghost peppers before. It's not like I feel like I'm dying. But you cannot eat like more than 3 of these at a time before you're just like, and if you don't have water, you're done for. Or anything, you're done for. But they're really good for eating with something else. Because number one, that's the only way to really eat them. Because you can't eat them by themselves. Number two, they'll make you eat less. Because the time it takes for you to finally feel like eating after you eat one of those, you're like, those things, they ruin appetites. So that combined with drinking a bunch of water, you'll hardly eat anything. But no, I am a little bit disappointed in myself. I had a bit of a cheat day today. Not really. I mean, I ate some like Cheez-Its. It's not actually a bad cheat day. I just ate more calories than I wanted, but I'm definitely probably still not deficient. So it's not a bad thing. I ate more calories than I wanted. Actually, I might not have been deficient today. I don't know. I ate more calories than I wanted, and I also I ate less healthy stuff. So I got more calories from like carbs and fats. So that, you know, a little bit disappointed in myself. I didn't respond to the piano teacher though. Her rates are, well, the way she suggested first, she said 2 hours a month for $80. Then I hit back and I think she just responded to me about an hour a week. So if I could do that, or if that's their maths, an hour a week would be $150 a month. So that's about $37 a session, which is really not that bad, honestly. It's not that bad, especially compared to like general prices. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably just go once a week for an hour, you know, and pay $150 a month, which is going to greatly increase my bills. However, part of the price of learning piano, I guess. So I'll probably get back to her tomorrow and start figuring out scheduling. I'll probably start next month. So that's gonna be fun. I don't know what else. Oh, the dog came back today. That dog has like figured out my eating schedule outside, so he'll come outside and like he'll get my scraps because I like I'm eating and then I'll finish and then he'll like come around. He came around the corner today. I was like, what the heck? And then so I gave him my scraps. Obviously, I'm a sucker for animals. It was really sweet. It's always so funny to me how he comes all the time with his legs between his tails. His legs between his what? His tail between his legs. And then as soon as you give him any amount of food, it can be like a tiny amount. Like I gave him a little bit of rice, because that's all I had left. It was like a mixture of rice, chicken, and egg. A little bit of paprika on it and pepper. So I gave him the leftover of that, because he has like nothing to eat, I guess. It was like hardly anything. And then he comes back like 10 minutes later and he's like super happy. I'm just like, phew. That's why I like dogs. They're so happy about everything. I like happy-go-lucky people. It's so great. Let me think, what else is there? I don't think there's much else. I'm still doing D&D work. Today's Friday. I got more D&D work to do. I'm actually I'm not close to, I'll probably finish it tomorrow if I want. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. At least the writing part. I don't know about everything else. I don't know. This is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I do. You know. I told you I appreciate it. You better take care of yourself. It'd be unfortunate if something happened to you. Make sure nothing bad happens, alright? Take care of yourself. Or else.